Hey guys, Tyler here. So I'm doing a follow-up on the recovery boards from Fieryred from Vic Off-Road. And like I said, I wanted to do a follow-up on these as soon as it snowed. And we haven't got much snow this year in Colorado until the last week. So I'm finally getting caught up on this because I'm curious about how these plastics do when they're kept in the cold. I'm gonna do just a quick comparison because I mostly want to see if these are gonna break, because a lot of people are gonna be using these for things other than just sand and mud. And so I've had all the boards sitting out overnight, or I had them in the back of the FJ overnight. It's been about 2 degrees at night, if not colder than that. And then today, the high was about 5 degrees, just because I know some of you are gonna need these for the snow. And so I just want to see how they do. This one doesn't have as many traction pieces on the bottom. And I pointed that out last time, and this is also the one that cracked. But looking at it now for the snow, it's probably gonna be even worse. I wanna see how the cold does whenever the tire's trying to grab onto all these knobs on each and every one of these, because I'm sure some of them are better than others in the cold. So I'm aired down to about 17 PSI or so. That's plenty enough. So I'm gonna pull over to an angle right here, and I'm gonna try to go through some of this. There's a little bit of a trail that goes up here. And so with this deep snow right here, this will be a perfect testing ground to see how well these do. Hopefully, I've got enough boards here to get myself out. Wow, there we go. Just in case, I'll turn them on. Make sure they're engaged. Oh, they're engaged all right. So let's start it cheap first, like we did last time, which will be the red or pink fiery reds. And I will use them on the front end, I think. Yeah, just to see how they do. They might break in half. Something to note on these is from last time, just a couple months ago. They were bent then and they are bent still. They didn't retain their shape. Oh boy, there's a lot of snow on this side. All right, let's test these real quick. So the grip on the bottom obviously didn't do that great. Nothing new. So this one didn't break. Is that a crack? Looks like this one might have broke. Nope, it's good. Well, let's try again. Let's re-aim. Oh, we're good. Yeah, slid. Don't slide too far. And I seem to have lost my GoPro clip mount that I used last time to look at the tire while I'm doing this. So I can't mount that up. Let's go slow. Ooh, made it. So these ones slipped out. These ones slipped out a number of times, as you saw. It is starting to develop a crack, like a real crack now. I don't know, they did all right with that. And that's pretty much all I'm gonna test. They've already been abused quite a bit. It's not an entirely fair test if I were just to try to destroy them right now, just because they've already been compromised from the last testing I did. I don't know if these cracks are developing because of last time or from the cold. But I mean, this one worked all right. This one's got such deep grooves here that I would expect that it'll be better than the black ones. So let's move on to the black ones. These are for the Fieryred ones. And again, these are like 60 bucks. I'll put links in again. And then let's try these other ones out. I don't have much faith in these. This is not gonna do that well in snow, I don't think. Very little faith. See if we can get up there. Now remember, these ones are cracked a little bit, so these might break. Yeah, that's what I expected. These ones are like sleds. There's just not enough going on under here. This is a sand board for sure. Sand, and I don't know if I have faith in anything else. The other one's still under there though, so I'm gonna try again. See if I can make any progress. Probably not. Yeah, come on. Whenever your tires are cold, the rubber's gonna be more dense, and so you're gonna have less traction naturally. And so I was kind of concerned with that on some of these boards because of this very situation. There we go. Oh, that looks like it broke something. Lost a chunk. not surprised. Oh yeah, see, that's kind of what I expected. So that's what the cold will do to a traction board, generally speaking. It's cold plastic, and this cracked right down the center here. Now last time when we cracked looks like the other one was the one we cracked. I'm not gonna mark that up to last time's damage. I'm gonna mark that up to poor cold performance. So now I can pull this thing apart by hand. That's all because of the cold for sure. I assumed that was gonna happen with this one since it cracked last time, which is too bad because I was hoping to have an extra set of recovery boards for our upcoming trek to Baja. So I'll have to buy some. Or take the pink ones, I guess. There's one. Let's see what the other one looks like. I better pick up all this trash. The other one is still under the tire over there. We'll see how that one's fared, because that one was the one that was cracked before. So I don't know why this thing wasn't performing. This is the one that was cracked previous, just on the side here. But just now it just got buried and I just couldn't catch traction on it. But it didn't break yet like this one. All right, let's try this one by itself, see if they both break. Just one. I got my lockers on. See how the weight treats them. Yeah, in the cold, this is ready to come apart by hand. Okay, so that's a good enough example. When I was out in the desert, I tried to do that and it wouldn't do it. So this particular plastic they used on this one, this just crumbles in the cold. So this is not a good solution for winter. You're better off with the pink ones. They're just more flexible. These are too rigid. So as soon as it gets cold, it's super rigid. So I kind of want to just break the thing because I've already destroyed them both. I'm not going to use them. Let's just give it hell. Bummer. I was hoping they would survive. I was hoping I'd be proved wrong. But you can't win them all. Oh yeah, that broke. So this is not the pre-cracked part. This is just, that was from just nailing that right there. And I was going a little fast, but it shouldn't matter. So these are the losers for sure. Take a look at these. So these are toast. The fact that these are falling apart by hand, this is pretty cheap plastic. They're cheap. They're budget recovery boards though. I did ask a little much of these when I was out in the sand doing bridging and stuff, but that's what they're for. I mean, it's a sacrificial thing though. If your truck or your Jeep or something's about to flip and you got to damage a pair of recovery boards because you got to get out of something, it's cheaper than your Jeep still. In case you didn't watch the first one of these where I did it in the sand, I did pay full price for my Maxtrax, which are 300 bucks. Please don't break. Please don't break. Oh yeah. These just flatten out. Look at that. You kidding me? Oh, I almost made it. I didn't expect to actually make it. If that's not a good example, this is flattened out more. Oh man. Yeah, okay. If you were wondering before, oh, what's that noise? I don't like that. Let's try something more challenging with these. Move them over just a tad. I'm very happy to see these are not broken. Roughly the right track width, if I can get up there. Let's try her out. This is going to be more challenging because this is going to put flex on them. If I can even make it up that high. Oh, that sounded like it broke. Yeah, okay. Let's see. There's no cracks in this. Nope, clean and clear. These are good to go. I'm just increasingly more impressed with these. All right, so no surprise, the Maxtrax perform far better than the others do. Anyway, that is my experience with the traction boards. I just wanted to do another round with these because the cold's here and I knew one of these would not have a good enough plastic for the cold. These are far superior. This stuff does better in the cold. They do better in the sand. They do better in the mud. And they're just all around a better product. So I will be buying another set of these for sure. Like I was saying previously, for me, having something that doesn't fail, having something that works every time, and I mean, anything can fail, but these have proven themselves. The blue ones didn't survive the cold, the pink ones did all right, and then the Maxtrax were unscathed by them completely. The budget ones, if you really don't think you're gonna use them, you mostly do forest roads, but if you're doing hardcore extreme stuff and you go out a lot by yourself like me, just take something that's not gonna fall apart, please, for your safety. Everybody has different needs, and so for me, it's gonna be the Maxtrax, but the Fieryred boards from Vic Off-Road, you know, they're really not that bad in certain situations. If you don't do the cold stuff, or if you're just doing this 1 week out of the year, you know, those are perfect just because they kind of fill that position. Somebody gets out as much as myself, I'm not getting away from the Maxtrax. These just work too much better. They're too much more reliable. All right, guys, I'm gonna warm back up. I really do appreciate you watching, and until next time.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to check out my other adventure, off-road, and overland related content.